My wife started live streaming our argument to expose me as toxic. I said, keep filming. Then I calmly held up her secret credit card statements showing she spent our rent money on gambling. Her 5,000 followers watched real time as she realized she just exposed herself. 32 male, am still kind of processing what happened 3 days ago. My wife, 29, has been into social media for the past year. Started as a hobby, turned into this whole lifestyle influencer thing. She's got about 5,000 followers who tune in for her real talk content about marriage, finances, self-care, all that stuff. The irony of what I'm about to tell you is absolutely wild. So Tuesday night, I come home from work around 7 p.m. She's in the living room, already setting up her ring light and phone. I'm used to this by now, so I just head to the kitchen to start dinner. Hey, can we talk about the rent? I call out. She doesn't answer. I walk back to the living room. Did you hear me? The landlord texted. Rent was supposed to be paid on the 1st. It's the 5th. She's adjusting her camera angle, barely looking at me. I'll handle it tomorrow. You said that yesterday and the day before. What's going on? That's when she turned the phone toward me. The little red recording dot was on. She was filming. Say that again, she said, this weird smile on her face. Tell everyone how you're harassing me about money the second you walk in the door. I just stared. Are you live streaming right now? My followers deserve to see the real you, the controlling, financially abusive husband who tracks every dollar I spend. Now for context, we split bills 50-50. Always have. We each handle our own expenses, but rent, utilities, groceries, we split it. She's responsible for her half, I'm responsible for mine. That's the agreement we've had since we got married 2 years ago. I'm not tracking your money, I said slowly. I'm asking why our rent isn't paid. Your half was due, mine's already sent. She rolled her eyes at the camera. See what I mean? He's obsessed with splitting everything down to the penny. It's exhausting. The comments started rolling in on her screen. I could see them from where I stood. Lots of girl, run, and financial abuse red flag and supportive emojis. Something in me just clicked. Here's the thing. About 3 weeks ago, I was looking for a stapler in the home office. Found a stack of papers shoved in the back of a drawer. Credit card statements. Cards I didn't know existed. All in her name, all with balances. And the charges? Online casinos, sports betting sites, daily fantasy leagues, thousands of dollars over several months. I'd photographed everything with my phone. Hadn't confronted her yet because I was trying to figure out how to approach it. Guess she made that decision for me. You know what? I said. Keep filming. I pulled out my phone, opened my photos, and started airdropping the statements to the smart TV in our living room. Our TV that was right behind her, in full view of her camera. Let's show your followers the real story. The first statement popped up on the 65-inch screen. March credit card bill. $3,200 in charges. All gambling sites. Her face went white. What are you doing? She jumped up, trying to block the TV. Giving them context, I said calmly. You wanted real talk? Let's talk real. April statement, $2,800. May statement, $4,100. The comment section was going absolutely insane. I could see it on her phone screen, which she dropped on the couch. Turn it off, she screamed. Why? I thought we were being transparent with your followers. I pulled up the last photo. Her secret savings account, the one she'd opened without telling me, showing a balance of $127. She'd had $8,000 in there 4 months ago. I know because she'd mentioned it once, bragging about her emergency fund. You spent our rent money at online casinos, I said, still calm. That's why it's not paid. And based on these statements, this has been going on since February. She lunged for the TV remote. Missed. Tried to grab my phone. I just stepped back. Stop. You're ruining everything. I'm ruining it? You've been gambling away thousands of dollars while telling your followers you're a financial wellness advocate, while telling them I'm the problem. She finally got to her phone and ended the stream. But the damage was done. We sat in silence for about 30 seconds. How long have you known? She asked quietly. 3 weeks. Found the statements by accident. And you were just waiting? I was trying to figure out how to help you. Thought maybe you had a problem. Was researching addiction counseling. But you decided to publicly humiliate me instead, so here we are. She started crying. Not the pretty tears, full breakdown. I can stop. I can fix this. Just don't tell anyone else. You already told 5,000 people. They watched you try to gaslight me on camera, then watched me prove you've been lying about everything. Her phone started blowing up. Messages, comments, DMs. The stream might have ended, but people were screen recording, sharing clips, asking questions. I grabbed my keys. Where are you going? Hotel. I need to think. We'll talk tomorrow. Left her sitting there with her phone, watching her comment section turn against her in real time. That was 3 days ago. Haven't been back to the apartment since. Update 1. 1 week later. The fallout has been absolutely unreal. First, the video. Multiple people screen recorded the live stream. It's been shared everywhere. Reddit, Twitter, TikTok. Someone even made it into a reaction video that got like 200K views. The comments are ruthless. The way he just calmly showed the receipts, she really thought she was exposing him. Financial wellness influencer with a gambling addiction is peak internet. My wife's been trying damage control, posted an apology video that somehow made things worse. Claimed she was going through something and made mistakes, but never actually admitted to the gambling. Just vague language about poor choices and working on herself. Her followers aren't buying it. She's lost about 1,500 of them. The remaining ones are mostly there to watch the train wreck. But here's where things get complicated. I stayed at my buddy's place for a few days, then got an extended stay hotel room. Gave myself space to think. My wife's been texting constantly. Please come home. We need to talk about this. I'm getting help. Why are you punishing me? That last one was interesting. Punishing her. Like I'm the one who caused this. Thursday she showed up at my workplace. Waited in the parking lot until my shift ended. We need to talk, she said. Face to face, like adults. Against my better judgment, I agreed to coffee at the place across the street. Big mistake. She had talking points prepared. I'm talking literal notes on her phone. First, I want to acknowledge that I have a problem, she started, reading from her screen. I've been struggling with compulsive gambling, and I haven't been honest about it. Okay. Second, I think we both contributed to this situation. Your controlling behavior around money made me feel like I needed to hide things. I actually laughed. Are you seriously blaming me for your gambling addiction right now? I'm saying there were underlying issues in our marriage that created an environment where I felt I couldn't be honest. We had an agreement, 50-50 on bills. You gambled away your half of the rent and apparently thousands more, and I'm the problem? She got defensive. You're twisting my words. I'm trying to take accountability here. No, you're trying to spread the blame. There's a difference. The conversation went downhill from there. She wanted me to go to couples therapy, wanted me to publicly support her recovery journey, wanted me to tell people we were working through it. Why would I do that? I asked. Because we're married. Because you supposedly love me. You know what? I do love you. Or I did. But you've been lying to me for months, stealing money from our household budget to feed an addiction. Then you tried to make me look like the bad guy on the internet. Why would I help you save face? She cried. Real tears this time, I think. I made mistakes, I know that, but I'm begging you, please don't give up on us. I'll do anything. Anything except take actual responsibility, apparently. I left her at the coffee shop. She posted about it later. Some story about how her husband abandoned her in her time of need and refused to support her mental health journey. More followers dropped off. Saturday, things escalated. Her mom called me. Had never liked me much, but this was a new level of hostile. Do you have any idea what you've done to my daughter? Hi to you too. She's devastated, humiliated, all over the internet because of you. I showed some credit card statements. She's the one who decided to live stream an argument and lie to thousands of people. Those are private financial documents. You violated her privacy. They're statements for credit cards I didn't know existed, charged up with money that should have gone to our rent. Privacy kind of went out the window when she made our marriage public content. She has a disease. She needs support, not judgment. I agree she has a problem. I was literally researching treatment options when she decided to ambush me on camera. If she'd been honest with me at any point, we could have handled this privately. Her mom wasn't hearing it, told me I was cruel, heartless, that I never deserved her daughter anyway. Cool. blocked that number. Sunday night, I went back to the apartment to get more clothes. She was there with her best friend. They'd clearly been talking about me because they both went silent when I walked in. "Can we have a minute?" my wife asked her friend. The friend gave me this disgusted look and left. I filed for separation, my wife said once we were alone. Honestly, relief. "Okay. That's it? Just okay? What do you want me to say?" "I want you to fight for us. I want you to care." I did care. Past tense. You killed that when you tried to destroy my reputation to cover up your own mess. One mistake. I made one mistake and you're throwing away our whole marriage. One mistake? You've been gambling for months, lying for months, then you weaponized your platform against me. That's not one mistake. That's a pattern. She started yelling about how I was abandoning her, how I was just like her father, whoever that is, how I'd regret this. I packed my stuff and left. Got a text later that night. "Hope you're happy. You destroyed my life." Didn't respond. Update 2, 3 weeks later. Life's been weird. Good weird, mostly, but definitely weird. The apartment situation resolved itself. Lease was in both our names, but I talked to the landlord, explained the situation. He'd already seen the video, everyone had. He let me off the lease early, with no penalty. She's staying there, trying to figure out how to cover full rent on her own. Not my problem anymore. Filed for divorce officially last week. She's contesting it. Wants me to pay her alimony. Her lawyer actually argued that I damaged her earning potential by exposing her gambling on social media. My lawyer laughed, out loud, during the consultation. She exposed herself, he said. She started the live stream. She chose to make the argument public. All you did was provide context. We're pushing back hard. Discovery's going to be interesting. She'll have to disclose all her finances, including those secret credit cards. Turns out there are more than the ones I found. She's in about $31,000 in debt. Her earning potential is damaged, all right, but not because of me. The social media thing took on a life of its own. People keep recognizing me. Got approached at the grocery store twice last week. Both times they wanted to tell me they saw the video, and I did the right thing. It's surreal. I'm not a hero. I just held up some papers. But the real mess started when her family got involved. Her brother showed up at my hotel last Tuesday. Don't know how he found out where I was staying. Pounded on the door at 10 p.m. "We need to talk about what you did to my sister." I opened the door a crack, chain still on. "Pretty sure there's nothing to talk about. You humiliated her. Publicly. Do you have any idea what that's done to her mental state?" She humiliated herself. I just refused to play along. She's in therapy now. On medication. This has destroyed her. Good. She needs therapy. Should have started it months ago instead of gambling our rent money. He tried to push the door open. I closed it and called hotel security. He was escorted out, yelling threats the whole way. Got a cease and desist letter from my wife's lawyer 2 days later. Accused me of harassment. I haven't contacted her once since I left. Defamation. Truth isn't defamation. An intentional infliction of emotional distress. My lawyer filed a response that essentially said, "Prove it." Also filed our own motion documenting her brother's visit, her mother's harassing calls, and her friends' messages. She'd sent me about 20, all variations of "you're trash." Then came the intervention attempt. My wife organized a family meeting and tried to get me to attend. Invited my parents, my sister, her whole family. I declined. My mom went anyway, bless her. Came back pissed. "What a circus," she said. "They spent 2 hours trying to convince me you were abusive, that you'd been financially controlling her for years, that you'd orchestrated the whole livestream thing to destroy her." "What'd you say?" I asked to see proof. They showed me clips of her old videos where she complained about you being strict about money. I asked about the gambling. They said it was a cry for help because you were so controlling. I left. My dad was more direct. Sent my wife a message, "Get help. Leave my son alone." She posted about that too, how my family was gaslighting her and enabling my abuse. Lost another 500 followers. The money thing finally came to a head yesterday. Our joint checking account, the one we used for rent and utilities, had been sitting there with both our names on it. I'd left my half of this month's rent in there, just in case she actually paid it. She didn't. She withdrew everything, $2,100. My half and what was left of hers. Checked my credit report that night. She'd tried to open a credit card in my name. Application was denied. Thank God. But the inquiry was there. That crossed a line. Filed a police report. Identity theft, even attempted, is illegal. The officer who took my statement had seen the video. Made the whole thing easier. She's probably gonna claim you gave her permission, he warned. I have texts from her saying she filed for separation. Screenshots of her withdrawing all the money from our joint account. Pretty clear we're not on cooperative terms. Report was filed. Gave me a case number. Sent it to my lawyer. Got a frantic call from my wife that night. You called the cops on me? You tried to open credit cards in my name. Yeah, I called the cops. I was desperate. The rent is due and I don't have it. Not my problem. We're separated. You chose that. This is insane. Over some money? Over you stealing my identity. Over you gambling away thousands of dollars. Over you lying for months. Take your pick. She started crying again. The ugly kind. I hate you. I hate what you've done to me. Cool. Tell it to your therapist. Hung up. Blocked her number. Should have done that weeks ago. Update 3. Final. It's been 2 months since the livestream incident. Time to wrap this up. The divorce is moving forward. Still not finalized. These things take time. But we're getting there. She dropped the alimony demand after discovery revealed the full extent of her debt. Turns out she owes about $45,000 across various credit cards, personal loans, and one payday loan situation that made my lawyer wince. She's also facing consequences from the identity theft attempt. No charges filed, I didn't push for it. But it's documented. My lawyer made sure of that. The apartment is gone. She couldn't afford it. Got evicted after missing 2 months of rent. Last I heard, she's staying with her mom. They deserve each other. Her social media basically imploded. Down to about 800 followers, most of whom are just there for the drama. She tried rebranding as a recovery influencer, talking about her gambling addiction, but it came off as exploiting her own problems for content. People saw through it. She's working at a retail job now. Apparently her influencer income wasn't enough to live on. Who knew? My life? Honestly, better. Moved into a smaller apartment, 1 bedroom, just me. It's quiet, peaceful. Nobody's live streaming arguments or hiding credit card statements. Joined a divorce support group. Sounds corny, but it helped. Hearing other people's stories made me realize my situation, while weird, wasn't unique. Lots of people have partners who hide addictions, who lie about money, who try to flip the script when caught. I'm not special, just a guy who got caught in a bizarre situation and happened to have receipts. The video still circulates sometimes. I've seen it pop up in instant karma compilations and entitled People Get Owned threads. It's weird seeing yourself become a minor internet character. But it's also kind of validating, like proof that I wasn't crazy. That what happened actually happened. Some people think I was too harsh. That I should have protected her privacy, handled it differently, given her a chance to fix it before exposing her. Maybe they're right. Maybe I could have been gentler. But also, she made the choice to livestream that argument. She made the choice to try to paint me as abusive to thousands of strangers. She made the choice to gamble away our rent money and lie about it. I just refuse to be the villain in her story. My ex-wife texted me last week from a new number because of course she did. I'm doing better now. In GA meetings. Working on myself. I know we're over, but I wanted you to know I'm getting help. I didn't respond. Showed it to my therapist. Yeah, I got one too. How does that make you feel? She asked. Tired. Just tired. Do you want to respond? What would I even say? Good for you. I hope it works out. None of that changes what happened. Then don't respond. You don't owe her anything. So I didn't. Deleted the message. Blocked the number. The divorce should be final in another month or 2. We're splitting our minimal shared assets, some furniture, kitchen stuff. She wanted the TV, the irony, but I'm keeping it. Because why not? After that, fresh start. I'm thinking about moving. Different city, different job maybe. Nothing dramatic, just elsewhere. Somewhere people don't recognize me from a viral video. My buddy asked if I regret any of it. The statements on the TV, the public exposure, all of it. Nah, I said. She wanted the truth to come out. It did. Just wasn't the truth she expected. He laughed. Cold, man. Maybe, but also honest. That's what this whole thing taught me. You can't control other people's narratives. but you can refuse to play a role in their delusions. She wanted to build her brand on being a financial wellness guru while secretly drowning in gambling debt. Wanted to portray herself as a victim of financial abuse while stealing money for online casinos. Wanted to expose me as toxic while being the one causing harm. All I did was show up with facts. The followers, the consequences, the fallout, that's all on her. I'm done carrying guilt for refusing to be gaslit. Moving on now. For real this time.